I found something surprising while researching cameras. According to a survey by PetaPixel, over 60% of DSLR and mirrorless camera owners never move away from auto mode. And honestly, there's no judgment there. Maybe you're an amateur or a newbie. And if you're new to photography or recording videos with your camera, or if auto mode is exactly where you're comfortable, that's completely fine. But it raises an interesting question, doesn't it? If you already have an entry-level camera like the Canon R50, what's the easiest way to make your photos and videos better without replacing the camera? That's what made me try pairing my Canon R50 with the RF 24 to 105 f4L lens. And now I'm wondering a different question. Is this all I actually ever needed? When I bought my Canon R50, I assumed it would be a temporary camera, something small, something simple, something I'd probably replace once I got more serious. But after using it for a while, I started wondering something different. Is the camera really the limitation, or was it the lens? So today, looking at this lens and this camera combination, we're not talking about sharpness charts or dynamic range. We're just talking about how to make the camera you already have even better. The Canon R50 is compact. It's affordable. You already know it's not marketed as a professional camera. I'm an amateur, and maybe you are too. And if you want your Canon R50 to feel less entry level without replacing it entirely, maybe this lens combination is the answer. Like the average newbie, I have a Canon R50 and I wanted to use this for travel photos, family photos, to document life, to make some home videos, or to be creative with, and not necessarily knowing what kind of creativity I would eventually get into, but wanting to have a tool that I could grow with. So like many of us out there, we go to a store and we check out the cameras, and in particular about the Canons, you see the R100, you see the R6 Mark II, and of course the R50 has been available for a number of years. And so I wanted to get a tool that I could grow with. So you get the base camera, you have the base lens, and you're running around, taking photos of children, taking videos of children, your pets and stuff. And then you just wonder, is there more to this camera, and what can a better lens do? When I switched to the RF 24 to 105 f4, nothing dramatic happened. There were no fireworks, but something subtle changed. Framing became easier. Instead of thinking about lenses, I could just move from wide scenes to tighter compositions. And that small change made the whole experience feel calmer. Less hesitation, more shooting, which is usually how improvement actually happens. One thing I noticed was how simple the setup felt. One lens, wide enough for everyday moments, long enough for detail or portraits. And when you stop thinking about switching lenses, you start paying more attention to what's happening in front of you. I know I didn't improve overnight, but it's subtle changes. Things, I had a little bit more length for reaching out for some of the shots, like when I was at the airport. And I had a little bit more of a wider view for when I was indoors. So this is my first video, and this channel and my quality, I hope, is going to improve. I'm going to be sharing with you more sample photos and videos of this combination, the Canon R50 and this 24 to 105 lens. Is it enough? It might be, but in case it's not, I'm already thinking I'm going to invest more in lenses and keep the camera I already have. Now, I do like this combination. Having this lens on my camera, it felt more substantial. All right, it gives it a little bit more girth, makes it easier for me to hold in my hands because I have big hands. I like having the 24 at the wide end. The 105 gives me a little bit more reach. The f4 at times did leave me wanting because, in low light, I wish that I had a little bit more brightness. And I know you can adjust the ISO or the shutter speed, and there are things that photographers and professional videographers know. I'm not those people. So what is this series going to be about? I have a Canon R50 and I want to explore what can I do with it. What changes can I make to my entry-level camera, the kit I already have, and improve? Now, I want to improve my photography. I am not a photographer. I take photos of my children, my pets, my food, and maybe some sights when I'm traveling. And I want to make better video. I'm not a videographer. I make videos of places I travel and perhaps now YouTube. So are there things I can do with my Canon R50 that can make improvements in the quality that I'm seeing and hopefully that you're seeing too? That's what this series is going to be about, and I hope you stick with me a little bit longer as I explore this camera and many more lenses.